Today I'll provide you with market breakdown on ExxonMobil Corporation. I'm sure you guys you are aware of this company. It supplies 20% of global helium. They also supply oil, gas, and many other things. It's more or less similar to the Linde PLC. You guys saw market breakdown yesterday. Linde PLC does not only supply helium. They have many other things, right, that they supply there. So yeah, let's log in. Let me give you guys a clean market breakdown. As you can see, this asset, it's extremely bullish. Can you see the previous 3 months candle, guys? Look at this previous 3 months candle, how bullish it was. This is crazy, right? And I think right now we'll be able to catch the pullback, which is the good thing. Right now, let's look at what happened since 2020 when this asset was around $30. Look at this move here. Look at this insane move. This is a 466% move. Imagine. That's crazy, right? You can see, guys, ever since 2020, it just kept pumping up, right? Just kept pushing further up, which is amazing. Now, let's break down the charts real quick and see what's going on. We can see that currently it gave us a break of structure here, right? And the market is above. And if I zoom in a bit, you can see that it gave us a second break of structure, right? Because it gave us a break of structure, then a pullback, right? This is the pullback at this level. Then it continued pumping up and breaking this next resistance here. And now we're expecting a pullback. You understand? It's pretty simple and straightforward, no confusion. Now, what we are expecting is something similar to this. Then we can take our buys down there. Then we milk bullish, right? See that you can trade this stock or you can invest. A lot of people, they invest in these stocks because it has been there for a while, but it has never seen such massive move ever since 2020 because you guys know there's a lot of things that are in demand or are on demand that these companies are supplying that we are using currently worldwide. You understand? So it's different compared to way back then. Now let's go to the monthly time frame and look at the price action clearly, right? Look, there are many brokers that you can trade this stock at. A lot of brokers, because I know these popular brokers, they don't really have such stocks on their list. But if you guys do your research, because I can't recommend any broker to anyone, I don't feel like that's okay with me. Do you understand? Okay, yeah. As you can see, this is the 1 month chart, right? Here on the 1 month time frame, I love using a tool called a Fibonacci retracement, right? So let me show you how I use this tool. I use this tool on stocks or stock indices just to see the potential areas of reversals on various time frames. So I'll drag it all the way from the major high towards this level, this support at $95, as you can see. So what you're looking at here is the gray part, it's the premium zone, and then this yellow goldish part, it's the discount zone, right? So usually a valid pullback has to happen around the discount zone. So we're anticipating to see this asset dropping all the way down towards the discount zone, this level where it broke. Then we can take our buys towards the upside, which is a clean pullback. You can see around this zone here where you can see around this zone we have this gap here, right? So that's a perfect zone for a pullback. But we also need to navigate towards the small time frames because usually many stocks, when there's a lot of demand, they don't respect any technical analysis, right? I just want to be straightforward with you guys. Many stocks, when there's a lot of demand, they don't respect technical analysis. They just keep on pumping up, right? Keep on pumping up, especially gaps like this, because you can see this is efficiency right here, right? This efficiency is supposed to be covered, but we are not sure if this asset will drop all the way down to that level. You understand? Unless if there's anything that it's happening internally within the company, you understand, relating to sales, or if they can't be able to supply when there's high demand, then you'll see a drop, just like what you see on Tesla currently. There's a lot of demand with their cars and stuff, and they are unable to supply yet because they shifted their minds to robotics and many other things. So it's very difficult and challenging for them to like really cope and supply every demand. You get my point? So yeah, now we need to go again to the weekly time frame so that we look at potential zones on the weekly time frame that might tell us if this asset will come back down or not, right? Because we need to just break down the charts on every time frame so that we can see what's really going on, other than relying on one time frame. Because you can just rely on one time frame, then the market just keeps on reversing, then you are surprised like what's happening, and you find that you're not looking at the price action on smaller time frames, right? Which is very, very important. You need to do your thorough top-down analysis. Okay, here on the weekly time frame, we have this support here. This is our weekly support, current weekly support. Do you understand? Then the next weekly support, it's this level down here. You see the same monthly support level that I was talking about just now. So we have this top support here that has to be attended first before we can anticipate to see a drop further towards the 25 zone, which is this area that I was just talking about not long, around this level. So you can see our current support here is it here. If this asset struggles to break below and it rejects here, then we might see a push towards the upside. You understand? That will tell us that there's a lot of demand, right? Second thing that we need to do is navigate towards the daily time frame. Look at the price action clearly on the daily time frame and see what's going on. Let me break down the charts for you guys simply and easily so that you can see what happened. Number one, what happened here on the daily time frame? We have a change of direction, right? Remember, when the market breaks the higher low, that's a change of direction, whether you like it or not. You can see here on the daily time frame, it changed the direction at that level where I placed my horizontal line, which is the 154 level. Then look at what happened, right? Watch carefully. It gave us a break with this gap and this candle here. Then it went back up, it retraced and covered up the gap, and now you can see seems like it's falling, right? Seems like it's dropping down, right? So we don't know if it will drop down up until this level here, or it will continue further down, right? But I feel like it will be good if it drops down to this level, then we can pick up our buys from here, right? So it will depend. We just need to wait because we can't really be 100% sure what the market will do, since obviously the market is still closed now and it's playing around, you can see, at that level. But in other ways, it seems like the market will just reject around the structure here. I feel like that, right? Although we can see that it has potential to go down, but I think the market can play around at this level. If it does manage to play around at this level here, trust me, it will definitely continue with our bullish move. So what I love about this asset is that it's different compared to the Linden asset that I have shared yesterday, right? The market breakdown of that asset, it's a little bit tricky because the market is already at its highest level, right? So even when you're taking your trades, you're not really 100% comfortable, but with this one you are comfortable because it's a clean pullback. You can see what's going on, and if you are able to see any bullish candles around this current daily or weekly support, let's say it comes back down to this level, then you see a print of a bullish candle, right? If you see a bullish candle has printed at this level, then definitely you must know that we are expecting to see buyers pushing up, unless it forms a head and shoulder pattern, right? Because usually assets love doing this. If they want to reverse and go down, it can just go up to this level here, and you know what I mean, gives us a sign to melt towards the downside. And if you pay attention, look at this, right? Because I usually anticipate what the market will do before it does it, and usually it happens because these patterns keeps on repeating themselves on various assets. Remember all this, trading stuff like your double bottoms, your head and shoulders, your flag, whatever, right? They keep on repeating on every asset. You can see from here, we have our head at this top here. Then the second thing, it's our left shoulder. Do you understand? This hasn't happened yet, but it's possible, right? If it happens, then you know that, oh, this thing is about to melt. Definitely. Do you understand? It's definitely about to melt. But if you see this asset, right, let me make an example. Let's say it goes up, it prints that head and shoulder pattern, right? It comes back down, respects this support, and then it gives you another signal that it wants to go back up. Just know that the head and shoulder has failed, because sometimes head and shoulders patterns, they do fail, especially when at that zone there's a lot of demand. Then you'll see it continuing with the overall direction, which is the bullish direction, which is what we are looking for. Do you understand? So for traders and investors, this is what I have for you. This analysis are clean and straightforward. There's no confusion here. If you see any confusion, or if you don't really understand what's going on, leave a comment. Let me know what's up with you and how I can help you best understand this asset. Thank you very much. Peace. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me see you in the next video.